Good afternoon and good evening, Jackson Jills, and welcome to another exciting matchup of Echo Arena, presented by VRML. And we have a really important game here, in fact, between Alphadox and Paradox. But before we get to that, I am SirDimwi, joined in the studio by SputnikKobra and Palidore on the cameras. Sputnik, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. I'm up and early and excited for this matchup between Alpha Ducks and Team Paradox. It's going to be an absolute great one, and I just can't wait for it to get underway.
Not just a potentially good game, but a really important game, in particular for Alphadox. And for everyone watching, you can see their MMRs and their records and all that on the screen there. But regardless of that, because that kind of it applies here. But really, as we're in the last couple days of the season here, ultimately not mattering as much as it otherwise would. I mean, the Alphadox MMR does matter, and here's what's going on. Here's the situation. So because we got that announcement from WIT today that confirms that the top 6 from EU are going to be going to the finals qualifiers, and then everybody else will be competing in the open qualifier. We do now have a race to look at in Europe, and Alphadox is one of the 3 teams in that race. And so the basics of this, how this is going to work out. So one, Alphadox absolutely need a victory in this game if they want to keep those hopes alive. They have to win this game, and they're probably confident in their potential to win this game, but they have to win the game. Then what happens after that depends on if their MMR bump puts them in the 6th place spot from the win here. So if it does, if they take 6th place from this win, they're in the playoffs, period. They've clinched. They're done. They're good. They're in. If it doesn't, they're going to have to wait for the Vibers game tomorrow to see if they're going to get in. So that's how this works out. So they have to win, and if they win, depends on how much MMR they get from that victory. And really excited to see Alphadox kind of what they're going to do against here. Paradox. Not a bad team in their own right.
I have yet to see Team Paradox play this season, so this is my first time witnessing them play, and I look forward to seeing what they have in store for Alpha Ducks.
And Alphadox will be playing today with Ninja Knight, Lil Rad, Martin III, and Stody. And Paradox will be playing with Senor Loco, Echo Zero, Oculalon, and Baguette as we get started here in round 1. And it's going to be Paradox with the headbutt on that initial joust, effectively getting the win, but Ninja Knight coming away with that. And then that one's going to get headbutt again. And down to that Alphadox bubble, going to be taken there by Echo Zero. Is going to take a shot. But what a save there from Stody, who's going to send it out.
Stody making the read, getting the save, getting the clear, and chasing it down as Team Paradox getting it in their back and getting the clear through tunnel and into the bubble of Alpha Ducks.
So this one, a bit of a race for it here. Some stuns going out, some shields, and ultimately going to be taken there by Lil Rad, who's going to back it up to Stody and the goal. Stody now going to reset this one for his team, send this one up to Ninja Knight. As my UI is bugging out on me. Lil Rad going to send this one up to Martin III. There we go. Martin actually having the disc on this one. Martin crosses this one over. Again, Lil Rad coming in, but he's going to get stunned out before he can get that shot off. It's going to bounce out, and then Echo Zero is going to send it away.
And with that clear, it's another change in possession, and chasing it down will be Paradox, and finding that shot at 12 meters will be Oculalon.
Oculalon there getting that shot. Yeah, that beautiful shot from Oculalon. Had very little time to work on it. To get it in there is the chain from Alphadox is coming back to play defense there. But they didn't get there in time. So 1 minute in, now actually a full minute and a half in, Paradox takes that early lead by 3. As Alphadox with that rollout, I've seen them do that before. I love that rollout. It's a very pretty rollout. But unfortunately, it doesn't work out for them as Echo Zero is going to send that one back into the Alphadox zone and all the way down to the Alphadox bubble. As the Ducks are there to get it. But, oh, what a play there by that player on Paradox, Oculalon. He's going to get that one away from Alphadox, and now a bit of a tussle for it.
And as the clear goes into Paradox's side of the court, they will set it right back to Alphadox with that boost to get possession. And it's not going to be there. They're going to challenge that possession holder and to send it back to the bubble with another clear through mid to be taken by Senor Loco.
So now Senor Loco going to move it up on that far side wall there. Under a little bit of pressure. Does ultimately take that pass, but Stody reads that one, comes out of the goal, gets a grab, and going to send it all the way back to the Paradox zone. So both teams trying to get down there quickly. No chains. Oh, we do get a chain. They do catch up. So Martin III going to come away with it on a steal and a stun. But then that one's going to get stolen and stunned away from him. But now in the hands of Stody. Stody going to move in with the 2-on-1 against the goalie. He's going to put that one in for 2. And now Alpha Ducks cutting that lead down to 1, but still behind 2 minutes in. 3 minutes, in fact.
Paradox will lose possession in the bubble, allowing Stody to just get it right back, get the duck, and go into the bubble for a nice close shot.
So now Paradox with that joust advantage can be handled there by Echo Zero. You got the chain kind of feigning an attack there to try to force that pass. They do get it forced, but it does get down to Senior Loco. Is going to get stunned out there by Martin III. He gets that disc and to send it back into the Paradox zone.
And with these boosts, they will meet it in bubble, getting that shot off the backboard. It will bounce off the crossbar, but Little Rad will be there to pick it right back up and get the slam dunk.
Yeah, unfortunately, Paradox is not able to get the chain together in time to get back, as Little Rad took a little extra time there as he missed that initial attempt. And Paradox ultimately allowing enough time for Little Rad to get it back and set it in gently to guarantee that goal. So Alpha Ducks now up by 1, 6.5 in. Echo Zero going to send that one to that left tube there to Baguette. Baguette, look for the cross pass off the mark, but good rebound there. And that one's going to get moved up now to Oculallen. Oculallen go down to Baguette. Baguette taking a shot, but getting sunned out, so that one's going to go just below and ultimately wide and now back out. But Paradox still in possession here, going to go for another opportunity. Echo Zero now moving in on the goal. Takes a shot, 1-on-3, and it's good for the 2. Now Paradox retaking the lead.
With more than enough time to set up their offense and find an opening in this defense to take their shot, they will, and Paradox will pull ahead by another 2 points, holding a 1-point lead with 5 minutes and 40 seconds over this Alpha Ducks team.
So now we'll be Alpha Ducks with the joust advantage. Quick pass there to Stody. Stody going to go back to mid, or up to mid, and then that one's going to get passed down to Ninja Knight. Ninja Knight going down to Low Rad, and Low Rad's going to put that one in. 10-second goal there from launch to score. Beautiful setup there at execution from Alpha Ducks.
That is the Little Rad that we know, getting posted up above the goal, descending for that shot. We see it all the time, and it's great stuff. So with joust advantage to Paradox to roll out. Echo Zero with possession, sending it to tunnel, sending it to mid, and they're going to get this clear off the bottom of trench, and it's going to be a scramble for possession going in the hands of Ninja Knight. And Ninja Knight sending it back to goal, but it will miss its target and be picked up by Martin III.
Oh, Martin III looked for a back pass there, and it just goes just barely wide of the goal as the goalie was not set in position to almost a self goal there from Alpha Ducks, something we actually saw in the game the other day. But we're not going to dwell on that because the players don't feel good about that when that happens. So now there's going to be a turnover there. However, if Senior Loco with the steal going to send that one down into the Alpha Ducks zone, picked up by Oculallen, looking for that empty net 3, but he's going to hit it off that nugget block there, or the pebble as some call it. But Echo Zero going to get that one back up to Baguette. Baguette taking the shot, but Stody with another save and goal. Stody, the stalwart defender, in the goal here for Alpha Ducks.
Stody able to make 2 saves at close range in the first round, already making a mark, keeping his team in this, keeping this 1-point lead, and that pass will bounce off Nest. A stun will ring out, and it'll go back in the hands of Baguette. Baguette sending it above goal, but it will miss its target and bounce out of bubble into the hands of no one as it sails past all these players, and it gets cleared out by Ninja Knight.
That there looked like a series of unfortunate events, as there it is. Lil Rag going to get down there first, send that one in off the backboard, good for the 2. And that's going to extend the Alpha Ducks lead to 3 here, 8-5. And yeah, we saw that disc float by 2 or 3 players. Looked like all of them should have had that grab, and just none of them were able to get it. Very unfortunate there.
So we'll be joust advantage back to Paradox, down by 3. More than enough time to come back. It's only 1 possession, 1 3-pointer, but they'll lose it to Stody in the tunnel, and Stody will go for that shot, but Senior Local will be there at the back line to pick it right up, and Martin III will get that clear as they approach this bubble. They're looking to put another point on the board, but they'll send it right in the hands of Senior Loco in the bottom pocket.
What a save there from Senior Loco, and that was after a nice give and go there between Martin III and his teammate. But now Martin III getting that one back. It does have a boosting partner, so he's going to send that one in deep. Looking to get that boost down. They are getting down there, but they stop up on that barrier. Martin the third ultimately coming away with this. Martin is going to send that one over to Stody. Stody going up there to Ninja Knight. Ninja Knight going off the backboard, and he gets that one in for the 2. I think surprising the goalie, surprising me even. What a shot there.
AlphaDuck's getting set up in that bubble, allowing Paradox's stack to come in from the backfield, but they weren't able to make any difference as Ninja Knight puts in a shot off the backboard, and joust advantage back to Paradox, now down by 5. Getting that clear through the middle, they're trying to find it, they will get it, and they'll miss the shot, that's what they needed, and it will bounce out towards mid.
Yeah, it was a tough break there for Paradox Oculal. Looking at an empty net there, and he sends it in, but it dings off the side of the post. So it's going to get cleared down to the Paradox zone. They do pick it back up, so Echo 0 with it. Oh no, that clear out goes right into Stody's hands. He's looking at an empty net, and he's going to send that one in at 12 meters per second at 12 meters out. That's a 1-second goal, and that puts AlphaDucks up by 8 now.
AlphaDucks gaining distance, looking like they will secure this first round victory. Paradox looking at only 90 seconds left to come back from this 8-point deficit. They need 3s, they need 2s, they need something, and they're trying to make it happen now.
Yeah, it's a minimum of 3 goals here. They're going to need to come back. Low Rad with that steal. Going to send this one in from the 2. But, oh, it's going to take that bounce off the post as Low Rad not happy about that one. You can hear him yelling, and then the laughs. And now a beautiful chase down there. Stody does get that one back. He's going to send it to that left tube. We have 1:10 to go here. A deep shot from Low Rad from the tube. 35 meters out, sending it in. Good for the 3. And that might just be the ice there as AlphaDucks go up by 11 here with less than a minute.
Not able to make the first one, but cleaning up on the second tunnel shot from the opposite side of the arena. A great 35-meter shot from AlphaDucks from Little Rad. And Echo 0 2QB sends a pass, bouncing off double dimings, and it will go back in the hands of AlphaDucks where they will miss that long shot.
Yeah, missed shot, but maybe another opportunity there. Oh, what a save there from Oculal to stop that one from going in. A beautiful shot there from Low Rad off the backboard. Going to get sent out to mid here, taken by Oculal. He's going to send it in deep. He's going to take a bounce off that the crow's nest there, the block above the barrier. Well, Martin III is there to wrangle that one in, going to send it to that tube there to Ninja Knight. Ninja Knight going to send this one across, looking for Lil Rad. Does ultimately get to him on the bounce. Lil Rad going to take a shot, goes off the backboard, and it's good. 30 meters out, under pressure with the stun. He's going to send that one in for 3, and that's going to be round 1. And AlphaDucks taking this one 19-5 over Paradox.
Paradox putting up a good fight against AlphaDucks in the first half of the first round, but AlphaDucks found some success and really pulled ahead with multiple consecutive 3-pointers.
Yeah, those long 3s are, I would say the long 3s are half of the story of that victory there. So we're going to look at the team stats right quick. Possession time right about equal, 309 to 304. 5 seconds in favor of AlphaDucks, so barely ahead. And then shots taken 14 to 11. In favor of AlphaDucks, so that is a significant. When you look at the scoreboard and you look at those totals, that tells you that one, maybe a lot of 3s, and we did see that Lil Rad getting 12 points in the game high, but also saves are making a massive difference in this game. You look at the save column there between both teams picking up a bunch of saves. Lil Rad and Senor Loco both picking up 3, 2 there to Stody, and then 1 apiece to Echo 0, Oculal, Lil Rad, and Stody. And I got that confused. It was Ninja Knight and Martin III with 1 apiece, and Lil Rad with 3, Stody with 2. And yeah, so saves and those long 3s really being the determining factors here in this game.
And looking at these team names, is it Senior Loco or Senor Loco?
Well, I would presume Senor because Loco, being a Spanish word, I would presume Senor would be the Spanish pronunciation of that there. Senior Loco would be kind of a Spanglish phrase, would it not?
Maybe it's a geriatric crazy man. And to get possession and the shot to start this round will be Little Rad at 21 meters off the steal.
Yeah, wow. The Lil Rad just continuing that streak here. 21 meters out, forces a turnover, sends it in on the empty net, and that only took 10 seconds there. And what a way to start this one for AlphaDucks.
totally breaking us out of our casual conversation. Echo Zero to send it to tunnel. Echo, this player to send it to the other tunnel, but it's not going to meet its mark, and it's going to bounce towards Bubble. It's going to go back in the hands of Akil Allen. He'll lose it. A 3v1 in that Bubble. Triple coverage. And this clear will try and find its way through mid, but will bounce off the block, and it'll be retrieved by that stack, and they will find the clear through, and there may be an attempted shot. It will bounce off the shield and go into goal. Little Rad X will pick it up.
Yeah, there it is. I mean, they send in that long, clear shot, whatever it was intended as. It's off the mark, but they get the chains down there quick. I mean, you can see in the replay the stun's going off in the backfield. And that gives little Rad the time and space to put that one in for the 2. And now Alpha Duck's up by 5 here as Paradox adjusts advantage.
With possession, Ninja Knight to send it forward to Little Rad, and again they'll have this advantage in the bubble to get the pass behind goal, but they won't get the shot as the stun will come out.
That was a strong bubble response there from Paradox to get that stun, but a shot there from Stody is going to be good from high up in the ceiling, the other side of the ceiling ramp. 24 meters out, 17 meters a second. Good for the 3, and now Alpha Ducks are up by 8 here just 2 minutes in.
Paradox thought they caught a break getting that stun behind the goal to prevent the 2, but they weren't able to get the clear or get back into position defensively, allowing Stody to get that long 3.
So now Paradox is joust advantage again, but another turnover. Low Rad gonna take the shot and another one in. No, I'm not seeing the pop up there, but I would estimate that's about 30 meters out from the floor there. Again, similar position to the last shot we saw from Stody. This one coming in from the bottom side though, and yeah, another big 3 there. And so 2.5 minutes in, Alpha Duck's up by 11.
Looking like Alpha Ducks is running away with this game. Echo Zero facing a stack, trying to get a clear off, getting it downfield, but the stack will miss it, but the player behind him will find possession, and Ninja Knight will send it through mid into the hands of Echo Zero. This is an advantage for this Paradox team. They want to make something happen on this possession. They've got players in the bubble. They need to get these passes, and they'll get the one behind goal, and they'll get the dunk. That's what they needed. Echo Zero to Akil Allen.
Yeah, Paradox really needed to score some points there, and they do. Aki Allen sent that one on the front side of the goal there, getting it over the head of the goalie. And good for that, too. And, yeah, that's exactly what they needed. They really couldn't let Alpha Ducks keep running away here. So now that they've got that in, they've broken that ice, and looking to see if they can make a comeback here in this round 2. Down by 9, but still 6.5 minutes to go.
And getting the stun and the pickup. Insult to injury, getting the goalie and getting him out of position when he came to get possession for the clear. Martin III will get the stun, get the pickup, and get the goal.
Paradox still with enough time to mount this comeback. 11-point deficit is not possible to surmount, but Alpha Ducks look like they have really found their stride here. And again, they stun out that the QB there, Echo Zero. Senior Loco is able to get there, but his clear out goes right in the hands of Stody. Stody now moving in for a 4-on-1 here as he's going to take that shot, put it in for the 2. And that's going to extend the Alpha Ducks lead to 15 here, up by 13.
Alpha Ducks finding this momentum and not letting anything stop them. It will be joust advantage back to Paradox. 5 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. We aren't halfway through, and Alpha Ducks already has 15 points.
So it's going to be Paradox again with the joust advantage here. Echo Zero very quickly sending that one to that left 2, but it's off the mark. Going to take a fortunate bounce. Oh, just wide of the goal there. Very, very close. And now Martin III is going to get there first. So turnover into the hands of Alpha Ducks now. Stody going to send it, just going to clear this one all the way down in the Paradox zone. This has been working with it for them so far. But Senor Loco is able to get there first, trying to send that one away, but it takes a bounce off the barrier into the hands now of Stody. And Stody's going to put that one in for the 2, and now Alpha Ducks with a 15-point lead as we approach the halfway mark in the round. Yeah, Alpha Ducks looking to be running away with this one.
The defensive pressure, the offensive pressure from Alpha Ducks is extreme. Paradox can't get it out of their bubble. Alpha Ducks challenging every possession, any chance they can get, not letting this team get any breathers.
And yeah, just no room to breathe here. There's another turnover there right at mid as that stack attacks that first pass. Now, it does bounce loose for a moment, a little bit of a race, but Ninja Knight is going to get there first, back it up to the goalie there, Stody. Stody, a sure man on the back line here for Alpha Ducks. So send one to Martin III. Martin III Though, gonna get stunned out, and now in the hands of Baguette, who's gonna try to send that one into the bubble, but Stody's in the back line. And he's gonna pass that one up to Low Rad. Low Rad gonna take a bounce shot there, but with the goalie back, Echo Zero is gonna get the hand on it. It was looking to go a little too high anyways. And he's gonna send that one out. So maybe an opportunity here for Paradox as they get it down to the Alpha Duck zone.
And as possession changes again, Stody to get the pickup in his backfield, sending in the interception at mid, and another clear into the bubble, but the stack isn't able to get it. And the backline player missing it as well. Akil Allen boosting back to get possession. Under pressure, loses it to the stun, and it will go back into the hands of Alpha Ducks, trying to find this clear, trying to find possession at the mid, and this is frantic. It will be sent up to Senior Loco. Senior Loco will be stunned out. It will be another exchange between these players, and they will get a stun, and they will get the clear into the backfield of Paradox.
So that's another clear down into the Paradox zone, and Martin III going to get the steal there and then send that one in for the 2. That's going to extend the Alpha Ducks lead to 17 here. 3.5 minutes to go. Alpha Ducks getting, well, they're starting to teeter on that mercy line here, 19-2. And yeah, there's a lot of Paradox doing what they, they'll have moments where they're doing what they need to do of those quick passes, but then things get a little jumbled and somebody holds on for just a moment too long, and Alpha Ducks is able to force a turnover on that. So Senior Loco now going to send this one in, but it's going to be off the mark, go down into that Alpha Ducks bubble, and now picked up by Martin III, who's going to turn it around here for Alpha Ducks, who are going to go for another opportunity.
And this clear through mid into the back end of Paradox's court. Paradox trying to make something happen, trying to get it out of their end, but it will be picked up by that stack from Alpha Ducks, who will charge the goalie, but the goalie will get the stun that he needs. But this pickup from Martin III will allow them to get back into this game, picking up the slap out, getting the pass above goal, and the shot from Little Rad at 2 meters. They just can't get it out. Every clear attempt goes back into the hands of Alpha Ducks, whether it's a slap, whether it's a throw. They just can't seem to gain any traction.
Yeah, Alpha Ducks really looking like they found their stride sometime halfway through that first round, and they're just keeping with it here through the end of round 2. As Echo Zero is going to send that one to that left tube. Does find the hands are of Baguette. Baguette can take a shot, and it's good for the 3. I believe that was about 25 to 30 meters out. What a shot there from Baguette to stave off that mercy. Now pushing that lead back down to 16 here with just under 2 to go.
With 1 minute 40 seconds on the clock, it's maybe gonna be a mercy for this Paradox team, as the chat likes to call out that I'm not saying Little Rad's name right, and I'm sorry about that. But with this clear on the other end, looking like Paradox has a chance. Paradox going into the bubble, not able to get this shot attempt. They had all the defenders right in front of them. They'll get stunned out, and Little Rad will go for the clear through mid.
Yeah, I didn't even notice you were saying little. Like until you pointed out that someone else pointed it out, I had no idea you were doing it. Now I'm hearing it. Now I can't unhear it because it was pointed out. Now I just keep hearing you say little, and I'm like, they're right. There's no T in the name. It's kind of funny.
Want to point out, no, it's actually Little Radical is his name.
Little Radical, according to Palidore. But yeah, this one going to bounce around that Paradox bubble. Martin III going to back this one out there to Stody. Stody now under a little bit of pressure, going to send it back up to Martin III. Martin III is just going to turn around and toss that one in for the 2 and re-extend that lead to 18 here for Alpha Ducks.
Well, maybe if I had a British accent and I said little, but I'm going to say little because saying Little Rad, you're gonna stumble over that a lot. So with 30 seconds left, looking like this might be it for Paradox. If Alpha Ducks can get one more possession, they'll end this game. No. And Paradox will get a shot off.
Dude, I just fished in my wall
So
again.
it won't be over just yet. 20 seconds on the clock.
Yes, we're going to have only about 3.5 seconds once we come out of the tubes here. So that's going to be it here, unless Paradox is very, very quick to get down here. But yeah, Alpha Ducks is going to win this one 23-8. And you can hear, I believe it was Stody go, no, I believe because they lost their opportunity to mercy here. But, so, Alpha Ducks do come away with this victory here over Paradox. And as far as I'm aware, and Palidore, correct me if I'm wrong, I would imagine you would know. I do believe the score differential still does factor into the MMR balance, whatever, right?
Yeah,
Palidores.
it matters. That not
Not a
ultimately
whole lot, but it
wins and
is
losses
factored in.
matter a lot more. It's very minor differences, but the score differential does matter for those little
Okay,
extra points here and there. Yeah.
so in this instance, those few, even if we're talking one or two, those few extra points could be the difference maker here for Alpha Dogs, since they did, in picking up this victory. Now their fate of whether or not they get that top 6 rests in the hands of the MMR gods. As we started, so they did get the victory, so they won. That was step one. They did what they needed to do. They did what they had control of. They got the victory here over Paradox, and they did it convincingly. They did it with running up the scoreboard as well. So hopefully that'll help them out. For their sake, hopefully it'll help them out a little bit. So now they're waiting for, if the MMR spot, if that MMR boost that they get from this victory puts them above, if it puts them in 6th place, they're in. If it doesn't, they're waiting for the Vibers game tomorrow. That's what this comes down to. If they get 6th place from this victory, they're in the playoffs in that top 6. If it doesn't, if they stay in 7th place, they're gonna have to wait for the Vibers game tomorrow. So a big victory here for Alpha Ducks, and yeah, convincing one at that.
Absolutely. Alpha Ducks not getting into their groove until the second half of the first round, and then really just running away with this game. Paradox not able to find the clears that they needed, having a very hard time on defense with this Alpha Ducks team. Alpha Ducks just applying pressure all over the court. So with the coming second season, I look forward to see what Paradox has in store for the rest of us.
Of course, Paradox does have the opportunity to get into the postseason through the Open Qualifier, which will be happening next weekend for EU. It'll be a week from tomorrow. It'll be next Sunday. But yeah, so that was Alpha Ducks versus Paradox. Now we are done with EU for the day. This was the only European game on the calendar for this Saturday, April 25th. But we will be returning here in just about 2 hours for Illuminati versus Kangaroo. That's going to be happening. Kangarillas. That's going to be happening at 4:30, and that's a really important game for both those teams. Is Illuminati still need to get one more win to clinch their playoff berth. And Kangarillas, both of them, though, ultimately going to be playing for their seed position going into the postseason. So we'll have that in just about 2 hours. 30 minutes after that, Spaghetti versus Kang. Spaghetti's still technically in it, but if they want to stay in that race for 6th place, they have to beat Kang here, and that's going to be quite the mountain to climb. And then again, also at that same time, it's going to be 2 Central. Instinct versus Genesis. Instinct also a team still in that 6th position. 6th place race. They need to pull out a victory here against Genesis. And then an hour later, Instinct versus Joker. Again, Instinct would have to get a victory over Joker, and that is also a big hill to climb. As Joker, the shutout kings, the only team they've lost to this season was Kang. They've got 3 losses. They played Kang 4 times. They beat Kang one of those 4 times. And then, yeah, after that, we got Joker versus Flare. They have Boosty Boys versus High Voltage. Illuminati versus Genesis. I mean, I could talk all day about the playoff situation. Then to cap off the night is going to be Gambit versus Orbit. A lot of games. I mean, Joker versus Flare, Illuminati versus Genesis, Gambit versus Orbit. All games that have implications on the postseason. So, yeah, definitely come back, stick around, tune in for those as we get through those tonight. Because by the end of the night, we might know what our situations are for North America. Might. But, yeah, so... yeah, anything else you want to add there, Sputnik, before we get out of here?
I've got nothing to say. I just enjoy listening to you speak about the postseason.
I am so excited. I think everybody should be excited. The games, the quality of games we're going to get to see, the number of them we're going to get to see in the short amount of time we're going to get to see them. It's going to be fun. Preseason finals was a lot of fun. It was long, but it was a lot of fun. We saw some great games. We saw some great drama. And I'm looking forward to see it again here in this postseason. But, excuse my yelling. I should have backed my face up when I yelled there. That was, as I said, that was Alpha Ducks versus Paradox. I have been SirDimwi. That was SputnikKobra, and that was Palidore on the cameras. We thank you very much for tuning in to us just now. We will be back in about 2 hours. We hope you join us then. Until then, you have a nice day, a healthy evening, wash your hands, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.